I hope I get a new house or get a new house. Because this house was built here first before the ONR got built.
Murphy Trout is waiting for life to go back to normal. However, he realized a water pipe in his crawl space was leaking on Tuesday.
I could probably shut it off, huh?
Water has since filled that crawl space, damaging the home and some of his belongings. Trout lives in one of the older houses in the community, and if it becomes unlivable, he says he has nowhere else to stay.
Been living here for about 3 years with my brother because he was sick. I had to move in with him.
So far, up to 800 homes have been assessed, with about 200 in need of major repairs. Pimicikamak, which is located about 530 kilometers north of Winnipeg, went without power and heat for almost 5 days after a Manitoba hydro power line went down on December 28th. Up to 4,000 residents have been evacuated to Winnipeg, Thompson, The Paw, and Flin Flon, and are still waiting to return home. Nearly 20 plumbers are currently restoring water to about 100 seniors' homes.
I just want to help them a little bit, but it's impossible to do everything just like that, eh?
The Cree Nation's lead plumber says little could be done to prevent pipes from freezing, as it only took hours for lines to break, and many homes do not have a backup generator.
Could this have been prevented? Like if you had some advanced knowledge of how long it was actually going to take that you guys would be without power?
I don't think so, because it was cold. It was cold, like.
So even 24 hours we would
even like a few hours, pump would be cracked.
Heat trace lines all were not operational, causing the water to freeze. Plumbings were all splitting because of it. The pumps would be the main thing. Shut off there, crawl spaces getting flooded. Lots of damage, of course. It's going to be a considerable amount of weeks, if not months, to repair everything, get it online. We are trying to go for essential first, being seniors and children, and then moving on.
Frozen water lines weren't the only issue. Up to 5 homes were lost to fire after portable space heaters shorted out or overheated. This is one of 3 water treatment plants for the community. The infrastructure here is outdated, and plant operators have had to make repairs using only duct tape. Water is being shipped to homes, but the water is straight from the Nelson River and needs to be boiled. In the neighboring Cross Lake, cleanup and repairs continues. This home's basement has to be completely gutted and replaced after water filled the entire basement. First Nation, provincial and federal leaders visited Pimicikamak on Wednesday to assess the damage and held a closed-door meeting with leadership.
They're here to validate our truth, because nobody seems to believe what we're saying here. And it's unfortunate that we have to do this.
On Tuesday, the federal government announced it will assist with $1.4 million for aid and repairs. However, Chief Monias says those much-needed resources have yet to be made available. Officials also say the repairs could be in the millions, with many more months of work needed.
We need our infrastructure replaced and repaired at the moment, immediately, and replaced. Our water and sewer infrastructure is basically gone.
Chief Monias also wants the Canadian military to be sent in to help get the infrastructure up and running more quickly and keep the community from getting fatigue. For now, Northern and Arctic Affairs Minister Rebecca Chartrand would not make that promise.
From my personal perspective, is a local approach, right? We need to access all of the plumbers and technicians that are local. This is an opportunity to tap into, local and Indigenous owned businesses.
Chiefs were quick to respond.
We need the Army. They can actually provide all the technicians and all the engineers and to mobilize en masse and get things done. And we exhausted our local resources. I'm tired. Everybody's tired here. And everybody's saying, well, let's use local resources. Well, people haven't slept maybe with 2 hours.
This is a catastrophe, and the response needed requires all resources available that the nation needs at their disposal. In order to address this crisis, there has to be external resources. This is a national emergency now.
We have made the commitment that after this visit to community today, that we would meet again and assess, what is the damage and what is the approach that's needed. So I'm not ruling out that I'm not ruling out that the Army won't be deployed, but that is not my decision.
Premier Wabkanu said he would not get in the way of military support, but was short on announcing any provincial assistance. Canoe did, however, order Manitoba Hydro to provide an after-action review and requested a new power line to be built along the main highway.
Will that make a difference? How feasible is it? That's a clear ask that I heard today, and so we're asking Hydro to take a serious look at that, and as part of their review of the situation.
For 48 years, we've been asking to reroute that distribution line. For 48 years, they've been seeing that thing deteriorate. They knew there was a problem there. There was a big problem, and they ignored it, and it's basically neglect.
Right now, it is unclear if the military will still be sent in to help. However, with each passing day, evacuated residents grow more tired and restless. Chief Monias is advising evacuees to stay put as many homes are still unsafe to live in and the repairs and cleanup continue. Chris Nachkate, APTN National News, Winnipeg.